Actually, I'm going to make some very brief comments. The day is actually meant for Jean and the retirees here. As she already said, as everyone knows, the National Commission on Financial Responsibility and Reform is scheduled to put the report out on the 2nd to the President. And if the Commission's preliminary report is any indication as to what's to come, the Simpson-Bowles approach will recommend drastic changes to Social Security, deep cuts in Medicare, and put millions of jobs at risk. Our nation's debt is not rooted in the vital American programs that produce a quality of retirement for Americans that we've come to know. Our nation's current debt is actually rooted primarily in a decade of ill-conceived and poorly executed wars, tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, and failed regulatory and economic policy that led us to the brink of an economic collapse. The Economic Policy Institute analysis of the initial report shows that in addition to the drastic changes in Social Security and the deep cuts in Medicare, the Commission's plan will also cost 4 million jobs over the next 3 years. In these tough economic times, proposing cuts to critical economic lifelines for working families and retirees is unconscionable, and eliminations of jobs with a near 10% unemployment rate is irresponsible. Simply put, Congress should not attempt to extract a pound of flesh from working families and retirees by attempting to balance the budget on their backs. Today, we're here to understand what the report really means to working families and retirees. Gene Friday, who you briefly heard from earlier, President of the Pennsylvania Alliance for Retired Americans, will moderate the session and will be available for questions at the end. In closing, I urge everyone to participate in today's national call, Congress Day, and tell your elected representatives Social Security is a promise that should not be broken, not for you, not for your children, and not for your grandchildren.